You provide a physic and dream, your purpose and theme. Nuestro mind, no entenderá.
So the reason I was looking at my trophies was because I was trying to see what progress I had made towards 100%, and I was going through, and I was kind of going from the bottom because a lot of the kind of secondary sort of stuff that I was trying to do, the not necessary parts of the game, are all down here, including the beating the bosses in like the second half of the game within a certain time period. I'm just gonna move my mic a little bit over. Sorry about that dragging noise. So I'm gonna try. I've got to get these. I'm gonna beat these bosses within a period of time tonight. If not, I've got a second playthrough going to do one of the other achievements. I'll explain that in a second. But I was going through and I was going up, and I was taking a look at. There's a couple of hidden trophies here. I know one of them is you've got to. Oh, hello, Hallows. Congrats on the first. Welcome on in. How you doing? So I know one of these is you got to kill 100 sheep, because that was one of the achievements in the original. So I knew what that was, and I was going up and I was going up, and then I was like, okay, here are the endings, C, D, and then there's this hidden ending, which I'm again, to stay spoiler free, I'm going to not look at. Now, it may be something else, but its position here feels like a clue. That there is, in fact, another ending. So, we're going to do ending C and D, and then I guess we'll see what happens. I'm kind of leaving tonight a little bit open just in case there's additional stuff to do. But if not, if it just ends, it ends, and we'll finish up, and I'll play something else maybe. Maybe I'll go back to Zelda or something. But I guess yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna do the two endings that I know about. We're gonna go through those, and then I guess we'll see. I was playing a little bit today on a new file, which is what's gonna open up here. To kill the 100 sheep, because apparently you can't do that. Oh dear.
Shades.
The hell are you doing here?
You know what? I'm just gonna run.
Thought you could use a hand.
I'm gonna get out of this. I didn't realize. Oh, I can't.
Yes, and I do believe a heartfelt thank you.
Okay. Look, I guess I'm gonna quickly do this. Bit of a sidetrack here.
Have to help Kaine.
I started a new file to kill 100 sheep, because you can't do it as easily in the second half of the game because there just aren't many sheep around. So I just thought I'll just start a new
to appear in such force.
I don't know.
a new
But they're
file,
all over the village too.
We need to go help. We might be able to find a sealed verse while we're at it.
which I called easy, because I've got it on easy mode. I wonder if I can just skip past these guys. It's kind of speed running through. There is another achievement if you beat the game in.
This is
If you beat the game in 15 hours or something, it's another achiever. So I'm just doing an easy mode playthrough. So I'll get this done, and then I should have been better prepared and saved this and quit it. So apologies for that. But it shouldn't take too long. Can I save now? Okay, I can't. That's okay. You know what? I'll just redo whatever I had done since the last save. I'm not super worried about this. So we're just gonna return to the title screen. And we're gonna open up the real file. Pretty funny. Anyway, I love this game, in case you couldn't tell. I love it enough to immediately start a new file to, yeah, there it is. Played an hour and a half today, just while I was doing other stuff, listening to things, and sitting in on meetings and stuff. Anyway, we're going to go into the main file, which I saved at the junk heap because I just completed the full upgrades of all 33 weapons. Now you need to own the 33 weapons in order to get the final 2 endings. You don't need to have them upgraded, but I thought, just for completion's sake, I'd go through and do it. I did it. There's some stories I still haven't read through yet. Also, I was doing a little bit of reading, and I had completely forgotten that the original NieR didn't have stories for the weapons, so that's something that they added to appeal to the NieR Automata fans. And it had been so long that I took it for granted. And I was going through and I was reading the stories. I read a few on stream, in fact. And I remember thinking, like, man, I don't remember these. But I didn't say it at the time because I didn't want to look like a noob. But in fact, yeah, they weren't part of the original game. So I'm gonna take some time. Well, I guess I need to do it now. For reasons that will become apparent at the end. So, damn. I kind of wanted to do this off stream. I'm going to go through and read a couple of these. I'll read the new ones. Let's read Vile Acts. I'll read this out loud. The girl stares at the sight before her. Her father lies nearby, carved to pieces by countless blades. Her mother also lies dying, as well as her newborn baby brother. All had suffered terribly in their final moments, and the girl can do nothing but cry as she stares at the 3 soldiers who have murdered her only family. Years later, the girl reappears, a visage made strong by her vow for revenge. The first soldier had grown so fat that the buttons on his uniform can barely contain his girth. The girl approaches him and claims to know an easy way to lose weight. On the pretext of an examination, she has him lie down on a bed before suddenly hacking off all his arms and legs with an axe. The remaining lump of soldier screams and attempts to wriggle away, but the girl pins him down and tells him he still has parts he can lose. Sometime later, the girl sits in the front of the now rounded torso and smiles. "There we are," she whispers. "Look how nice and slim you are." The second soldier is a peerless Lothario. Each night a new woman is invited to his manor to spend the night. The girl breaks into his home and kills the woman at his side, then uses her axe to hack off his manhood as he trembles and begs for mercy. What a running theme here with this one. The third soldier has long since left the service and is now living a quiet life with his family in a remote village. After they have fallen asleep, the girl takes her axe and cleaves the support beams of the house, causing it to collapse. She then sets fire to the wreckage, creating a great bonfire that can be seen for miles in all directions. Suddenly, the soldier's son crawls from the wreckage, covered from head to toe in terrible burns. As his eyes fall on the girl who has murdered his family, she hands him her axe and flees into the dark of night, never to be seen again. Damn. Yeah, Jesus is correct. Oh, it's wild stuff. Some of these are pretty gruesome. I didn't see any in there that, from what I read, gave me any kind of... didn't really remind me of any existing Yoko Taro-verse characters or stories, but maybe I need to give them a closer look. I guess I can read them online. I don't need to read them in the game. But yeah, this was a cool achievement to do. It kind of gave me a weird insight into the game though, because I needed to collect so many very difficult to collect components for the upgrades. Some that have really rare drop rates and only like singular places that they appear. For instance, there's an eagle egg that you need to get like 3 of. That I spent about 3 hours spawning into the area, running to the one location that it can appear, seeing if it was one, and if not, just immediately loading my save and running back, which was the quickest way that I could figure out to get eagle eggs. And there was that and the black pearls on the beach in Seafront. Those were probably the 2 that took the longest. And then at the end, I really needed twisted rings. and I was trying to farm them in the Northern Plains for a really long time, again, a couple of hours, and just not getting them. And then I looked up where they could be found and discovered that they were very easily found in the temple. The Lost Shrine, not the temple. So I went to the Lost Shrine and I got them immediately. So that was one that I thought I kind of lucked out there. I thought that was going to be another few hours, but ended up not being as long as some of the others. But yeah, we've got a full weapon collection, 100% and all upgraded. I'm going to look at what my spear damages look like. See, Phoenix Spear is now... I've been using the Captain's Holy Spear for most of this run. I think since before the completion of ending A, I'm sure I've been using the Captain's Holy Spear. It's been the strongest, and it's been the quickest strong weapon that I've had, because I've got stronger two-handed swords, but I like the feeling of the spear more. And it looks like this spear, the Phoenix Spear, is stronger and lighter, so I think we're even going to get a little bit more speed out of this. Oh, so you get different combos with this spear? No, it all looks the same. Yeah, actually, let me just check that, because I don't think that charge move was the same. No, it is. It is. Anyway, let's equip that, and then we are simply going to go to the Lost Shrine and face the Shadow Lord, as we have twice before. I was going to talk a little bit about the insights that I gained this playthrough compared to my memory of the game and the feelings that I've had, that I've kind of held since I played it in like the late 2000s. Actually, we need to go to the Ferryman. I think I'll wait till the credits roll, and in the meantime I'll try and work out how best to articulate them. But I feel like this this playthrough has been really really rewarding in a lot of ways, and maybe a bit of a reality check in some others. I had really pristine memories of playing NieR. And by pristine, I don't mean like perfect memories in terms of my ability to recollect, but pristine as in lovely memories. And yeah, I don't know. I feel somewhat differently now. These were the enemies that I had to kill to get the twisted rings. And you know what? I've actually I think I have inadvertently kept the difficulty at easy rather than normal. But you know what? I don't think it matters. I think I've proven my abilities in this game. I played it on hard mode for a good chunk of it. And we are merely ticking off the last couple of endings here, so I don't think I have anything to prove, really. Not that I think anyone ever has anything to prove when it comes to the difficulty they choose to play a video game in. I sure do not begrudge those who select the easiest option when given the option. I've definitely done it before in certain games that it's funny, when I know I'll never play a game again, or I intuit that I will never play a game again, I tend to either veer towards easy mode or hard mode, depending on the kind of experience I'm looking for. and it's sort of an interesting exercise trying to work out which difficulty game designers either expect you to want to use or would prefer you to use. I often find myself wondering if normal mode is that kind of default for the designers, or if normal mode is maybe even easier than what some games want you to play them on. I remember when I played through NieR Automata, I had it on hard, and I had a really great time with it. And I know people who played it on easy or on normal and found it to be kind of boring and unengaging, and I wonder if maybe our different experiences were down to that. Or maybe I was just I was predisposed to enjoying myself more in that game. Who knows? I'm just going to skip these mini-bosses here. We are speeding through here to the ending. I will watch the next couple cutscenes in full. I've skipped through them on my B playthrough. Mostly because I knew that the B ending didn't really have much really left to offer in terms of lore. It's mostly the B playthrough is it's kind of an interesting one. It plays a couple roles, but the main role that it plays is just letting the player know that there's more to this game and to this world. Through here is the right way. Crazy that I've played this game so many times and for so many hours, and I'm still occasionally getting a little lost. This was correct. Pretty sure. Yeah. Here's our exit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the second playthrough. The second playthrough's funny. It's a funny one because it gives you this crazy revelation at the beginning, and continues to give you additional revelations as you play. And then the ending is nearly identical. And then you start playthrough C, and it seems to be much the same. That you get a little bit of Emile information. Oh, actually, I should do this first as well for the sake of continuity, because I did not record most of my playthrough of playthrough C, which is what we are on now. Mostly because it was just more of the same. And I was doing a lot of the final side quests and getting all of the weapons upgraded and just doing all of that stuff. So I didn't feel the need to record it for either the Twitch or the YouTube channel. So there are some things that are different in this playthrough, in playthrough C, that I thought were interesting. That I noted. Number one, you get the Emile backstory, which is just, some diary entries about Emile's experience as an experiment in a lab, his treatment by the scientists, his relationship with his sister. You also get some intermittent cutscenes of Devler and Poplar talking about the protagonist. Nothing that we don't already know by the time you've beaten the game the first time and know that Devler and Poplar are aligned with the Shadow Lord and are not human, and are not even, in fact, the same type of creation as our protagonist, but they're something else entirely. They're androids, essentially. They're automatons. Automatons is a mean way of putting it, but they're they play a role, and they were built to play that role. So there's that, and then and within that you also find out that Louise, the new boss, and the ending of the new section that they added for this version of the game in Seafront, was drawn here by them, and she was meant to be either the thing that killed your protagonist, or at least a way of stopping him in his tracks for a period of time while the Shadow Lord continued to build power, and Devil Republic could continue to prepare for this moment here that's about to happen. And finally, with regards to Louise, there's a cutscene that you can watch. Maybe I'll even put this in here. I'll download it from YouTube and just place it in here for the VOD that goes up on YouTube, where instead of tearing up the letter that Louise wanted to give the postman, as she does in playthrough B, Kaine delivers that letter to the postman, and it's quite a nice moment, actually. I think I even went during the moment that she rips up the letter, first time seeing it in the last stream, I even said something like fair, like fair enough, but Kaine kind of represents the character in the game. This is getting a little ahead of myself. This is now stuff that I was going to bring up at the end. I think Kaine is really the not the main character of the game, obviously, but her journey is far more interesting, and I am more sympathetic to her situation than I am to the protagonist, ultimately. I think she grows the most and learns the most here. And I love her. I love Kaine. And I'm not sure that I love NieR or Sleepy or nameless protagonist.
Such an ominous sight, and yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah, this is where Vice and I first met. First fought together.
I'm not sure how the volume is. I'm going to turn it down slightly.
Well, yes, I suppose, in a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
If anyone lurking wants to let me know how the volume mix is. Otherwise I can test it myself, but from what I can tell it seems fine. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, actually, I'm glad I remembered this, actually, because we need to create 2 save files. We need to... In fact, I should Google which ending I should do first. Yeah, you need to create... Visit a save point after the fight. Visit a save point before the final boss fight. After the fight, save your cleared game in a new slot. So we choose, okay, we kill first and then we save. Okay. So I'm going to create two save slots here. I think there is a save point much further in, which I'll be able to use, but I just thought for safety's sake I'll just do the 2 here. And me looking that up is not a spoiler because I've already played it before. I already know what's going on. But yeah, ending C and D, you don't play through the full game. Again, for the 4th ending, you're given a choice at the end here, and each option for your choice provides a different ending. This is a beautiful location in the game as well. I know I've mentioned this before when I've been here, but I think considering this will be possibly the last time I'll be going through it, at least on stream, I wouldn't mind just hanging for a moment here. It's kind of interesting, the design of it. I wonder if it's supposed to reflect. There's that part in the underground laboratory where there's a tree in a cage, and it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar looking. I wonder if that was an intentional mirroring there. And I love that there's two birds here, and they're the key through to the next section. I love.
To whom does the true voice
I love it. It's so eerie.
To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle. I feel confident I have heard this somewhere before. To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? I ask, why did humans disappear from the world? You must answer.
Because of a black disease.
I answer. I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
By separating body from soul. Placed in their corresponding shells.
There you are acknowledged. Well then, it seems the way is open.
I also love that you're given that test before even receiving the full story. It's like it's just dangled in front of you.
Popola. Devila. What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
We're gonna rescue Yona.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? No, I suppose.
Hey Steeling, how you doing?
We didn't want to fight.
How's it going tonight or today?
We really.
Welcome. I hope you're ready for the spoilery moments of this game, because you are here for the very finale of the game, as far as I know.
Sorry, this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so, until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Weiss. You are a traitor.
Oh, you've seen this bit? Never mind. Well, this. I mean, there are 4 endings, so you're gonna see even more once we get through this next section. Glad to hear you're doing well, though. Seeing as you're the only active member in chat currently, how is the volume mix? How's my voice versus the game audio? Because I'm still getting used to which volume setting I need to have for the PS4.
Copied my powers.
Shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Shit on a shingle.
The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Vice, are you all right?
Devila. Popola.
Volume seems good. Thank you, Alice. Sorry, I
Why are you siding with this?
didn't mean to imply that you weren't active in chat. I just thought you might have left. But as long as it's good, that's all that matters. Yeah, this is, I've unfortunately made it a little too easy. The game might be too quiet. Interesting. I'll bring it up just a bit, though.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
How's
Shadow
that?
Lord. So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
No problem, Alice. I'll never ignore you. You've caught my attention. But I think we're all good now.
Popola are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Vice?
How odd.
Come on, pull it together,
For long
Vice.
years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be...
This is a cool looking spear. I'm glad I get to use a different looking
Do not
weapon
look
for
at me like
this
that.
final
I am
final
Grimoire
moment.
Vice. I am perfectly...
Alright, let's do this.
I think I hear a waltz.
No guys, there's shades. Don't do it. Don't go in there. I think I mentioned this actually last stream,
It certainly is a grand affair.
but this waltz arrangement of the of this piece of music is it's pretty good.
They're all shades.
I think we're locked in.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Actually, I need to adjust my words as well because I've still got item droppage. I didn't get 100% of the words either. 1 second, sorry. Yeah, strange that I never collected 100% of the words. I don't know what else I could have done to do that. So no matter. I think the only there's like one achievement for getting half of the words or something. So I've done fine. So we can take the item drop rate off. And we can go. We can even we can do drain HP and level that up to like level 9, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. And then Dark Lance. Dark Gluttony is what we use. So Dark Gluttony, you're entirely unfamiliar with the NieR series. Ooh, Hallows, you're getting very spoiled then in that case. But I appreciate your presence. At this point, I think you could start with either Automata or Replicant. Definitely play this version over the original. It's much better, in every way. You don't worry about it. Hey, sometimes I don't either, but this is a series that it's very special to me. So I took extra pains to not be spoiled on this remake, but yeah, this is definitely the superior version to of this game, and I think ideally I would play this one first before Automata. That's the order that they happen, I guess, chronologically, and it's the order they were released. It makes the most sense, but I can understand. I think now I can appreciate why it would still be good for someone who had already played Automata and loved it to go back and then play this one. This game still does have things to add to that story, even if they're a little bit more subtle. But I think the impact that Automata has is best felt if you have already played and experienced this game in full. So yeah, Replicant then Automata would be the way to go. Sorry, that was a very verbose answer, but
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
clearly I've got a lot of a lot of thoughts about it. But yeah, I think if you wanted to, I think Automata is the better game. Is the big spoiler for the end of this stream. That was the big reveal. This was always my favorite of the two, in my mind, and then having replayed this version of it, I think Automata just does some stuff better. But I still think this is a really worthwhile game to play. Oh. I am, as I mentioned before, I am playing this on easy mode, so don't take this this combat as any kind of sign of what you could experience, because the combat in this game is really it's really well done, better than the original. Again, that's the main thing that was improved, is the feeling of the combat, which was good in the original. You know what, I almost want to replay the original again, just to get a true refresher of how it is to play. But even in my rose-tinted memories,
Damn it! It won't stop coming!
I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Cover me.
Oh, how I do love
Oh, come on. This is the worst enemy in the game. Those flying wizard guys.
Good plan, let's go.
Easily the worst enemy in the game. The one enemy that can fly anywhere, and they give most of, hey, got a level up, level 50, nice. And they give most of them a magic shield. It's like, it's the one enemy you want to use projectiles on, and it's the one that you can't. It's really an atrocious thing to have to deal with.
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool!
Damn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh!
Got it.
Kaine, look out!
This is a sad moment. Finding out that these guys were babies.
These things are freaking me out! Kaine, what's wrong?
We need to help Kaine!
You okay?
Yeah. Well, we got problems.
We got big problems. They're about to get bigger. Whoop. Should have been more vigilant there. Oof. It's not doing that much damage to me, it's just annoying knockback.
don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Wait a second. Your heart is different. It ain't hatred, and it ain't sadness. What's going on here, Sunshine?
How should I know?
Kaine, are you all right?
I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Interesting. Oh, how very interesting.
Yikes. There we go.
Shit.
Oh dear.
I will also say there are these moments of real dissonance in this game when you play it on easy mode. For instance, this fight here, especially at the level that I'm at, is supposed to be extremely difficult, but the amount of damage that I'm able to do per second now, I know that maybe this is an uncommon situation to be so high level with such powerful weapons and to still have the game on easy mode, but
Don't fall victim to such distractions.
I kind of wish there was a little bit more
Let's go!
waterproofing's not the end, it's not the word that I'm looking for. The game needed a better way of communicating the difficulty of this situation. It shouldn't let you kill Goose, I think is the name of that boss. Even on easy mode, it should the health should stay at a certain level, and then the creature jumps away or something. There needs to be something else going on there. I think that's a bit of a criticism that I have. Again, pretty minor issue to have considering the anomaly of this playthrough. And perhaps another reason why I should have just changed to a normal difficulty, or even hard. I was playing it on hard. I played part of the game on hard to get item drops, to get rarer item drops when I was fishing for all of the components.
Damn it, I can't get it open!
It gets very hard on hard mode. It's a good hard mode.
The entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
Oh, you pissed her off now. Maybe you shouldn't have killed her friends. Look at her, so full of scorn and hate. She's just like you, Sunshine.
Like you're any different. Hate is just another crutch for you.
Hey now.
You're in pain, you're lonely, no one likes you. So you try to hide it under violence and hate.
I'm not like that at all.
It's okay.
It is.
Look, I'm the same way. But just realizing that isn't going to help. It's too late for us now.
This is that Kaine growth that I was talking about before.
We're too far gone already. That's why
These revelations here. It's the real emotional center of the game is not NieR's journey to save his sister, especially not after the revelations of even the first ending. The real crux of the game is Kaine's journey, which is why the true final ending, which we will see momentarily, is so important and so good. He's so cool. Every time he arrives. I'd love a DLC of the King's story.
あら、ベルアト、試練、地、無責音。いら、こ、く。What are you doing here?
You are correct.
Have I only played this version on easy? No, I played through most of it on normal and then changed to hard mode for the B playthrough, and then went back to normal for a bit, and then to hard for some item farming, and then to easy for some bosses, because there are some achievements for beating a couple of the bosses under a period of time, and doing it on easy mode just makes it possible. So I mentioned at the top of the stream that I didn't mean for it to be on easy mode here now. I set the game to easy for the second playthrough that I started. But I dipped around into all the different difficulties, and I'm not too worried about proving any kind of gamer credential for beating the game on hard. I could beat it on hard if I wanted to. It's hard, but it's I've played 100 hours of this game now. You know, I know what's going on. I wonder if they will do any DLC for this game. They did do, they did put in the DLC for the original into this version as part of it.
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Little bits and pieces are all really coming together for me on how I feel about this game, especially this ending, and especially Kaine's role and everything. Kaine slapping NieR just now. There's a bit coming up that sure is similar, or maybe it doesn't happen in this version actually, but upon leaving Emile behind during the kind of before the final moments, NieR has a breakdown and Kaine kind of kicks his ass again. She is the story. Kaine is the story of this game. Really special character, really well done. So much depth, so much growth for a character that on first glance appears to be just fan service. And I guess that's the big thing that I often, I find myself defending the NieR games for their horniness. I did it famously for NieR Automata all the way through my playthrough of NieR Automata last year. But yeah, I think
Oh look,
I'll pull my thoughts together and I'll speak more later.
It began 1300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt. Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Weiss!
My back's a little sore today. I've been doing stretches every morning, and this morning I think I went a little hard, and I think I stretched too far. Now I'm just a bit achy. I've been all there.
Devila, Popola, you are not human. In fact, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us. Every person standing in this room are mere shells created by the true human.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean the true humans, are extinct?
No, they still live on. You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that.
There's no part of the game that really explains why
Don't speak
the
such
characters
foolish
don't remember that they've existed for 1300 years. Not that I can recall anyway. I don't think there's really an explanation of that. It's not exactly a plot hole. Just, it's more just interesting, if anything.
You and us, we're the
That
same.
the game manages
Tools in
to
the hands of a master.
tell this story without
No. I'm nothing like you.
giving you that.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No, don't die. You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness.
This game is filled with with pairings of characters as well.
Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work.
Not just the Shade version and the Gestalt version of the characters, but you know, there's NieR and his sister, the NieR and Yona. There's Emile and his sister. There's Kaine and Tyrion.
No, I can't be alone.
Devil and Popola. And obviously, there's lots of pairs of characters in a lot of media, but considering the themes of the story, it's pretty notable, I think.
Stop. Stop. Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal, and now you want to stop?
Yes.
Popola, wait! It doesn't have to. No one stops. It's way too late to stop. No one stops.
Please, don't do this, Popola. You and Devila were like parents to me.
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. Coolness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I'm not doing damage to her.
I don't want to fight her.
Stop bitching and start fighting.
No, I
It's
am.
the only way.
There we go.
No, stop. no stopping ever.
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes.
Still a really well realized cutscene, this one.
And now that I'm older,
it's a pleasure to watch
I
it every
hate
single
what
time.
my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Emile.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emile.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
He will be fine. The music is incredible, Carlos. The composer is a genius. I want to say it's Keiichi Okabe, I think is the name. Yeah, Keiichi Okabe. He's a genius. He did all the music for Automata as well. So if you're jumping into the series, you're about to have a real good music
I can't
time.
stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn.
Every song has multiple versions as well throughout. There's like rearrangements and remixes that will continue throughout both Replicant and Automata. Lots of musical motifs that come back, and it's very cinematic. The way that like music in video games is often very cinematic. Again, a lot of the times when I say these things, I want to make it clear I know this is not unique about the NieR series, but I think it's just really perfectly holistic, the whole package. The way the music is used and then reused to evoke things. Evoke characters, evoke moments.
I don't want to die.
I think this is the final Emile diary entry, so I'll read this out for continuity's sake. Darkness, black without end. It goes on and on and on. Eyes closed, eyes open, it matters not. The dark is joined by a mysterious sensation, one created by the mingling of blissful sleep with the unease of a terrible, never-ending cold. Is this a dream? Thinking to pinch his cheek, he reaches for his face, but his hand does not move. In fact, his hand has disappeared altogether. He looks at his arms and sees only bone. He looks at his feet and sees they have disappeared, along with the rest of his legs up to his thigh. What body remains to leave him then, crumbling into fragments smaller than dust? His body is going. Soon it will be no more. Is this death? Suddenly he recalls his past. He remembers the time he lived with his sister, and the very act of recollection is like a shooting star. Despite lasting only a moment, it brings colour to the darkness. Soon more memories come, gathering atop each other, one after the next, until they meld in a warm and glorious light. So these written segments have occurred all the way through the game, so this is the final one. Wake up, wake up. A set of covers are torn from the boy, leaving his eyelids exposed to the merciless sun. Hey there, lazybones, says the voice again. The boy's vision, blurry at first, gradually grows more clear. Before him, her face aglow with a radiant smile, is his older twin sister, Halua. Morning, Halua. Don't look so cheery, you butt. The teacher's going to be here any minute. Halua grabs her brother and pulls him beneath her bed with her, where they wait with a host of dust bunnies for their instructor's arrival. The moment Emile starts to ask a question, Halua shushes him by placing a finger over his mouth. Don't start. We agreed to this yesterday, remember? We're going to jump out and give teacher the scare of her life. After a few ticks of the clock, the door opens and a slight woman enters the room. Good morning, Halua. Good morning, Emile. Are you ready for... Emile glances at his sister and sees her trying to stifle a laugh, which has the unfortunate effect of making a laugh rise in him. Then the dust bunnies decide to get in on the act, swirling up into their noses and causing the tricksters to sneeze in unison. Suddenly, the face of their teacher appears in the space between the bed and the floor. There you are, you scamps. This is your fault, says Halua. You ruined it by sneezing. Me? Cries a clearly wounded Emile. You sneeze just as loud. It's enough, both of you, says the teacher as she attempts to hide her amusement. Crawl out from under there and let me take your temperatures already. The pair happily shimmies out from their hiding place and stands before their teacher. She is a fair woman with a kind voice, one Emile would be happy to listen to for the rest of his life. In fact, he often thought that her waking in the morning was his favourite part of the day. The teacher finds her seat, hunkers down, and lightly pats her leg, to which a happy Emile leaps into her lap. She then slides a chilly thermometer under his armpit, causing a shudder to race through his body. I'm sorry, just be a brave boy for a little longer, alright? Emile used to hate having his temperature taken daily. The thermometer was just so darn cold, but he's become used to it after being at the facility for the past 2 years. His mother and father had perished in an accident many years before. He'd been told by the facility they sent him to was simply a home for orphans such as himself, but he'd always had his doubts. After all, most orphanages weren't staffed by doctors in white coats who held lessons involving the repeated asking of strange questions, nor did they attach wires to the bodies of their charges and force them to enter enormous boxes. The process is endless, the tests unceasing, and yet Emile feels his teacher somehow floats above it all. She would talk to him about everyday problems, read him books, and even share a meal when time permitted. She is the closest thing he has to a mother. With both of their temperatures taken, Emile and Halua await their breakfast. But something is different this day. Their teacher is strange somehow, off. Emile, she says quietly, do you remember what day this is? Emile looks over to his sister and sees her staring at him with an enormous grin. Nuh-uh, she says, you gotta figure it out for yourself. But despite its best efforts, Emile comes up empty. I'm sorry, ma'am, he says at last. I just don't know. With a smile, the teacher reaches into the pocket of her white coat and withdraws a small package. It is a bag, neatly closed with string and tied at the top with a bright red ribbon. Happy birthday, Emile, she says. In fact, happy birthday to both of you. Oh, thank you, cries Emile. Can I open it? Of course, replies his teacher. I'm afraid it's nothing so special, but I do hope you enjoy it regardless. Emile carefully unties the ribbon and opens the bag to reveal a small pile of cookies. They are the same snacks they always received at the facility, but the fact that they come from his teacher makes them somehow special. As a gasp escapes his mouth, his sister can't help giggling beside him, her eyes fixated on the bright red ribbon all the while. Happy birthday, Halua, says Emile as he reaches into the bag, withdraws a cookie and offers it to his sister. Needing no further encouragement, the girl crams the cookie into her mouth and swallows it in 2 bites. Happy birthday to you too, Emile. Then, as though remembering something, she leaps up and runs to the small chest of drawers the two of them share. After forcing open a stubborn drawer, she pulls out a single sheet of paper hidden under a white coat and runs it back to her brother. Here's your present, she says, thrusting the paper at him with a slightly embarrassed look. When he glances down, he sees the words, Happy Birthday, Emile, scrawled in a shaky child's hand, along with a picture of a generously coloured person who has been created from every crayon in the box. That was me. Unable to stop himself, Emile wraps his sister in a massive hug. Thank you, he whispers as she returns the embrace just as tightly. I'll make sure to draw you on our next birthday, okay? My sister was there. My teacher was there. It was my birthday. I thought I could never be happier. I'm glad Halua's drawing is the last thing I'll remember. I sense a deep and perfect darkness descending over my eyes and realize my time has come. I'm so terribly cold. As I try desperately to remember what it felt like to be embraced, I wonder if this horrible face is all that's left of me. Halua, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep my promise. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm coming to join you now. Just hold on.
Wake up. Wake up. Just wake up. Come on, Emile. Wake up already. You haven't changed a bit, have you, lazy bones? No, Emile. You're not dead. I'm just here to keep my promise.
In that moment, the world of blackness surrounding me explodes with color. Red, yellow, blue, and so many others. Colors I have no names for. Colors I've never seen. It's like someone is using every crown in the box.
I'd always be watching over you, didn't I?
Hello, I don't.
Don't worry about it, you butt. Looking after little brothers is just what big sisters do.
Her voice, it's fading.
Sorry, Emile. Looks like I'm out of magic.
Hello, wait, let me come with you.
You are with me. I'll always watch over you. So we'll always be together. Don't cry, Emile. I want you to be happy. Promise me that you'll live for both of us.
Denny, how's it going? How you doing today? The darkness enveloping me flows away, replaced by a brilliant blue sky. I don't know where I am or what I'm supposed to do, but it's okay that I'm here. Thank you for the sub. How's it going, Denny? I'm not sure I know who you are. But you've been following me for a few months now. I wish I knew who I was talking to. I appreciate the sub. Hold on, my stuff's gone all wonky. Here we go. Oh, hi. Is it Danielle? Hi. How you doing? I had no idea you were even on Twitch. Well, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the sub. How's it going? You're here for the very end of NieR Replicant, so I hope you never intended to play this game. You missed me playing Ocarina of Time the other day. No more crying. I'll live with a smile on my face, because that's the promise I made her. So Emile's story is also super interesting and super lovely. And in spite of this seemingly final moment, we know from the prior playthrough and from the fact that he's in NieR Automata that he's not dead. So, nice confirmation here. Actually, do we see that cutscene where we see his... I can't remember if it was... I'm pretty sure it played at the end of Ending B. There's his head flying into the desert. Oh no, you're okay. No pressure. Come through when you can. Like I said, didn't even know you were aware that I did this. It's a nice surprise. And I do appreciate the sub. I'm now only a few subs away from being able to have a third emote. So that's nice. How are you going tonight? Are you at work now? I don't imagine you're watching this from work, so. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's extremely rough. I'm so sorry that you have to travel to Newcastle and back. How long's that trip? That's gonna be like an hour, right? Hour and a half? Maybe the drive is less, but it feels like it'd be like an hour on the train. Yeah, that sucks. I'm really sorry. I need you to text me your address as well, so I can just mail you these birthday presents that I've been holding on to for 2 months now. Nearly. Yeah, text it to me. Thank you. Okay, so this is new. This is new cutscene. This is not played in any of the other endings. Or maybe it does. Maybe it does play in the last one. So yeah, this. Hey Rob, how you doing? Welcome on in. Hope you're well. Yeah, this is the cutscene that I mentioned before. That's kind of the moment where Kaine slapped NieR in the last exit from the room, and then this moment really escalating that dynamic. Yeah, Kaine really is like the heart of the game. Not in a romantic sense. Not, at least not entirely in a romantic sense. There is some romantic implication. It's not, from memory, I don't think it's ever. Yeah, no, there's never a moment where that is confirmed, that that's part of their dynamic. I think she brushes off every implication of that, and so does he. So I would assume it's just teased, but yeah, she's his heart. She's his support, and you can see he, you know, in the time skip, the point between her being trapped in the rock in the library until the point at which she is saved from that by Emile. You know, we get that massive time skip. It's like 5 years or whatever it is, and the game doesn't show you any of that because Kaine is so crucial to not just the plot but also the feeling of the game. She needs to be there for that. The game skips over that period of time, not just to show how stuck they are without her, but to literally force the player to ruminate on her involvement in the party and in the story. You need to feel that. You need to be made to feel that she's as crucial as she is. Speaking of which, I have her on Keep Your Guard Up. I'll tell her to tear him up. Okay. Oh, we got another word right at the end. I wonder what it is that I missed that prevented me from getting 100% of the words in the game. Oh, I was right. There is no save point between the one at the entrance and the final confrontation with the Shadow Lord. I am going to... the first moment that I can, pause the game and take a moment to... Actually, I can't pause here. No. Thought I could pause this cutscene for some reason. Perfect timing on the... I think I've said it every time we've got to this point, but perfect timing on that organ line in the cutscene there.
hard. Hold nothing back.
How can a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Oh my god, Grimard Noir's voice is easily the worst voice in the game.
Nothing like you.
Such a bad voice actor. Not voice actor, but the voice actor's fine, but it's just very
Be careful.
out of place.
Hey, sunshine. I ain't certified, but I think your heart is full. The hate is gone. The sadness is gone. It's just a bunch of white light now. What the hell's going on here?
You can't tell, Tyler. You're not the only voice in my life anymore. I've experienced fear, hate, and no sympathy. I'm a curse, a freak. I know that. But guess what? He still accepts me. He still forgives me.
Oh, come on. You're doing this for him?
I'm tired of this world and everybody in it. But I'll become his sword one last time.
Kaine is his heart and his sword. And she does love him as well, but I don't think it's a... I don't know.
Bryce, you alright?
Naturally, I am as fit as a fiddle.
It's not a romantic obligation that she feels to him. It's an appreciation of his presence in her life, I guess.
Brother?
Yoda.
How many times I gotta tell you, dude, it's not you. It ain't you, baby.
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Some guys can't take the hint. Exactly how it is.
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him.
So yeah, for those who have not been watching the entire playthrough or not familiar with the game, who might be a little confused right now, that the main point of the game, the way it's presented to the player the first time you play through, is that you need to save your sister from the Shadow Lord. And the big reveal at the end of the first playthrough is that the Shadow Lord is the spirit of the original human that your protagonist's body is modeled after, and he stole the sister's spirit. Sorry, stole the sister's body to put her spirit back in, and he wants to take his body back now as well. And you've essentially destroyed your spirit in the process of trying to save what you think to be your human sister. It's a little bit more complicated than that, obviously, but that's the cliff notes.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to. I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that
The shade that possessed her is gone.
Kind, watch over Yona for me. Want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this. Vice, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Strike the killing blow. No bother. One moment, please.
In a game that I love, filled with moments that I think are incredible, this moment here,
It seems some
where Grimoire Vice
push me beyond my limits.
gets up and,
I should take
and
that chance.
bounces along the ground
Chance.
and talks about how much he hates cookbooks.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
That is the best part of the
Let's
game.
go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
It's so funny, Hallows, to put that in such an emotionally
Why to stop him, of course.
immense moment is
But after that, it's up to
that's the real reason I love Yoko Taro games, is that they
to its conclusion.
on the surface they seem to take themselves so seriously, but there's so many of these little moments that are filled with so much levity that it's like the other games in these genres don't have those moments usually. The Final Fantasy remake has a couple.
So enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our
But yeah,
journey ends.
other like third-person RPG action adventure style games,
And remember what I told you about using my full name.
don't do it. IMO.
Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
I have something to defend.
Oop.
I have a reason to live.
Oh my lord, let me get in there. Let me take these blows. One more. Done. I should have changed to the Beast Bane or something, one of the iconic swords, just for that final slash there. Maybe the next time around. So here is where ending C
Precious.
truly begins.
I'm happy for him.
You know, Sunshine, That black scrawl has almost completely taken you over.
Yeah. I know.
But goddamn, we had fun, huh? Killing and killing and more killing. What a rush.
Yeah.
Wait. No. No. It wasn't fun at all. I turned you into a killing machine. I spread evil and chaos around the world. But it all feels so empty now. Why? I don't understand.
Sorry. Looks like you stayed inside me for a little too long. Sunshine.
Stop! Don't be nice to me! Don't make me feel like this!
So that voice speaking to Kaine there is Tyrion, who is a shade that lives inside of her arm.
Sunshine. Gonna swallow you whole.
Kaine? What is it?
Listen to me. The shade inside me is growing, and I can't stop it. Soon. Real soon. I'm gonna go berserk.
I can't hold it back anymore.
Kaine, you have to fight. You have to...
Just shut up and listen to me. Emile is gone, all right? So there's no way anyone can stop me. Please. Before it comes to that, I want you to kill me. Consider it a final request.
So here is the choice that one must make. So cool. Oh. Shay Kaine. Wow.
Well, hell, sunshine. It's not like I can stop it. When Gestalts go out of control, they lose their minds. Both of our memories will be completely overridden.
So,
Kaine!
so we do have to kill her for ending C. Ooh.
I won't!
Oh yeah, we have to kill the, Man, it's been a really long time since I've had to do this, so...
We made it this far because you were with us, Kaine. I'm who I am today because of you. I'm not going
We just have to
give up on
survive
you.
this moment
I'm
here.
not going to abandon someone I love. I'm going to save you. I swear it!
Oof, this is tough. Okay. Yeah, this is the part where we get to choose.
Well, there might be one way to save her.
Who said that?
It don't matter, so don't ask. Just shut up and listen.
Wait, are you...
I said, listen! There's a way to save Kaine's life, all right? But you're gonna have to make a difficult decision.
Do whatever it takes.
When the time comes, I'm going to pin Kaine down. And as soon as I do, you need to stab him in the heart.
No, I can't.
Don't believe me. Stand around with your thumb up your ass and watch her die in terror.
fight is much harder without having Grimoire Vice's powers. There we go.
Very nice. Now, if you want to save your precious Kaine, there are 2 ways to do it. One is to plunge your sword into her chest. That's what she wants after all. Freedom from burdens, freedom from life.
What's the other way?
The other way is to make her a normal human being again. But to make that happen, you gotta trade your own existence for hers. Well, there you go. Good luck with that.
If you're that shade, the one who lives inside Kaine, why are you trying to help her?
Probably for the same reason you are. Enough talk. Make your choice.
So, I will be killing her for one ending, and I will be saving her for the final ending. Now, the final ending, I'm going to have to play through all of that last section all over again. I'll skip through the cutscenes this time because it's exactly the same for both times. So I should be able to get through it a little bit quicker. But I'm just warning for anyone who has been watching who doesn't want to watch the last hour of gameplay all over again. We will have to do it all over again to see all endings, but just a little heads up, we're going to be ending Kaine's life. That is not the true ending. Tragic. Really makes you work for it, Hallows, but it's kind of the point, I guess, and the thing that I love about the format of it is that it actively makes you think about the medium and the message, for lack of a better term. The medium is the message.
Let's go home.
NieR games
Can you hear me?
famously.
I spent years inside Kaine's body.
I'll finish that thought in a moment.
From within. I felt her pain, her emotions, as if they were my own. And there was so much pain. So when I say she's free now, I want you to believe me. Thanks to you, Kaine has been forgiven and saved. Oh wait, she had a final message for you. Thank you.
Kaine.
Yeah, the thought that I was finishing there is that NieR games, or the Drakengard series as well, but NieR Replicant and NieR Automata are exercises in utilizing the unique elements of video game storytelling to communicate things that would not be communicable through any other storytelling method. And I really appreciate that about them as someone who loves games for that reason. And you know, you're right, the game makes you work for it, and that can be a bit of a put off, but I think more things in life should make you work for them. I know that sounds I don't want to sound gatekeepy when I say that, because it's not about stopping people from experiencing something or from enjoying something. It's a thing that I talk about a lot in general is being an active participant in what you're enjoying, knowing why you like a thing, knowing why something's good, knowing why something's bad as you're being entertained by it, is something that I don't think is it's definitely not taught to people. It's something you need to like really teach yourself if you want to learn. And I think NieR games, the reason people have such an emotional involvement with them is because of that making you work for them. It's kind of like I compare it to the feeling that I think a lot of Souls fans have about that series. Like that is a series that makes you work for it in a very different way, but by working for it, you feel the full breadth of emotion that series is trying to give you, and it's why people have such negative reactions when things like easy mode Dark Souls is suggested, because the point of that series to them is that it is difficult and you're not going to get it if you don't learn it and you don't get good at it. So yeah, I don't like to be the person who compares a non-Souls game to a Souls game. I'm not comparing the two in any other way other than the effort that you need to put in. Different types of effort. Obviously, this requires a little bit of persistence and or I guess Dark Souls requires persistence and patience as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think I've spent a lot of time in these streams talking about what I like about this series and what I don't like as well, because it's not perfect. This game is far from perfect. I think a lot of what the game makes you do over and over again in order to get all of the endings is pretty boring. Like it's basically busy work to get through most of the second half of the game, especially once you've done it once or twice. Part of the reason I didn't stream the third playthrough in full is because it's the same again. You get a couple extra little cutscenes to give you a little bit more context into some minutiae from the story, but it's not anything that you wouldn't have intuited on your own anyway if you're paying any kind of attention. But I think the final ending is really worthwhile getting your way through all of the others for, and that's why I am going to go ahead and get right back into the final playthrough. And the reason that I made 2 save files is so that I can save over one of them to get the ABC endings, and then I can load the prior one and don't have to play through the second half of the game all over again just to get to that point of that question. We just go back to that original save file and we can experience what happens when you select for your existence to be deleted, essentially, and what that means in terms of the story and also the game. And I won't spoil it because we're about to get there. In probably take me half an hour, 45 minutes. There's a lot of cutscenes that you can just skip through that I didn't during that last playthrough, and that I now will. So it won't be quite as long. So I'm going to save over this top one. So we got the ABC endings, and we're done. So now we go load, and if we were to continue from this file, from this top file, it would take us all the way back to the point at which the story picks up from for each of the endings, which is quite a ways away. So we're just going to go straight back here.
Kaine? What is it?
Listen to me. The shade inside me is growing, and I can't stop it. Soon, real soon, I'm gonna go berserk.
I can't hold it back anymore.
Kaine, you have to fight.
Just shut up and listen to me.
We'll watch this cutscene again just because we only just saw it for the first time before.
So there's no way anyone can stop me. Please. Before it comes to that, I want you to kill me. Consider it enough of a request.
The iconography of this game is like forever gonna be impressive to me. Like the
Well, hell, sunshine.
just the the
It's not
spinning
like I can
circles with
stop
the
it.
angelic runes on
When
it, and
Gestalts go out of control, they lose their
the
minds.
the shade like skin, the yellow and black staticky skin,
Kaine!
the white hair, black clothing combo. Everything in this game, the way it's all,
Damn it. I have to do
the way it's all put together is so cool to me. Alright, now that I know I don't need to actually attack her here, I should be able to evade most of this. But if not... Oh, oh, whoopsie doops.
made this far because you were with us, Kaine. I'm who I am today because of you.
Yikes.
I'm not going to give up on you.
I was wrong. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just said, I'm probably going to get hit a lot here.
I swear it.
It's pretty tough. Some tough bullet hell stuff.
Well, there might be one way to save her.
Who said that?
It don't matter, so don't ask. Just shut up and listen.
Wait, are you?
I said, listen! There's a way to save Kaine's life, alright? But you're gonna have to make a difficult decision.
Do whatever it takes.
When the time comes, I'm going to pin Kaine down. And as soon as I do, you need to stab her in the heart.
No,
Let's just do another strength capsule.
can't.
And we'll do another... We'll do a defense capsule as well.
Don't believe me. Stand around with your thumb up your ass and watch her die a terrible death. Damn it.
Strength capture was the key. There we go. So this time we'll be
Very nice.
removing ourselves from this
Now,
reality.
If you want to save your precious Kaine, there are two ways to do it. One is to plunge your sword into her chest. That's what she wants after all. Freedom from burdens, freedom from life.
What's the other way?
The other way is to make her a normal human being again. But to make that happen, you gotta trade your own existence for hers. Well, there you go. Good luck with that.
You're that shade. The one who lives inside Kaine. Why are you trying to help her?
Probably for the same reason you are. Enough talk. Make your choice.
So this is it. This is the final ending of NieR. And it really is final, like it's truly final. They have a similar moment in
You'll disappear
NieR
from this
Automata,
world.
but
Your sister, your friends, everyone in your life will forget you. You and any sign that you ever existed will be erased. But in exchange, Kaine will return to her mortal life.
if you choose all this option, all your save data will be erased. Are you sure about this? So yeah, it's a complete erasure. Even if you elect against it this time, you can always return to the selection by clearing the game again. Are you still sure about this? Yes. All save data will be erased, so you can only choose this option once. Are you really sure about this? Yes. Yes. And then we have to enter our name. And we watch as all our items, all our maps, our completed quests, our weapons, everything is deleted from the book. Yeah, big F in chat. This is why I was so eager to upgrade all of the weapons completely before getting to this point. Even the tutorials are removed. Just because if you do it, you can't go back. Oh, it deleted my shit, it deleted my other save file that I'd started to to do the other quests. Well, I'll just go back and do it again. I'd only done about an hour and a half, so it ain't so bad. I thought it was only going to delete the... I knew it was going to delete the main save file, but I thought it would leave the one if I did a different name. And she's back.
Are you all right?
Yona?
It was you. The one who helped me, I mean. Wasn't it? Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're okay.
What's wrong?
Huh?
I mean, you defeated the Shadow Lord and everything, but you don't look happy.
I don't?
This is a lunar tear. How pretty. Are you crying?
Yeah. I guess I am. It's like I just found something special. something very special.
NieR Replicant. So that was the final ending. As far as I know, there may actually be a fifth ending. I don't for this remake, but I don't know if there is or how to do it if there is. So I guess after I finish this stream, I'm probably gonna, look into it. I don't know. I don't want to be denied because I didn't know. So I'll look into it later. Hallows, there is a very good reason why she's not wearing pants. And that's not just me bullshitting. There is like a genuinely good, interesting in-universe reason for the way that she presents herself. I don't want to spoil it for you. I think if you're going to go in on these games, that's something I know you're not worried about spoilers, but that's something you will learn if you go into it and you play at least through to the beginning of Ending B. You don't even need to play the full game to really learn that much about Kaine. You do continue to learn all the way through. It's not because she breathes through her skin. I guess I can talk a little bit about it. Kaine is an intersex character who experienced a lot of abuse as a child for the state of her body, and in her adulthood wanted to express her femininity in a way that left no ambiguity in order to feel herself, and that's the reason why she's dressed that way. Yeah, they don't pull any punches in the game at all. It's really, it's a really like, that tragic side of her is sad, but her story is so fundamental to the game. One of the best game characters ever, I think, kind of. So I guess it's probably a good time to talk a little bit about some of like the final thoughts that I have after replaying this, and I've been giving a lot of them tonight and all through the other streams. So if you've been at one of them, you've probably heard me talk a lot about what I liked about this game. The one thing that I got from this playthrough, the one big thing that I felt is a real the main character spends a lot of time deciding what he needs to do and then going and doing it without actually thinking about where he needs to be in the world. The game constantly blasts you with this idea that he's not at home with Yona when she's sick. Or every single loading screen, almost every single loading screen in the game is a diary entry from Yona before she gets kidnapped by the Shadow Lord. And I want to say like 75% of them make some acknowledgement to the main character not being there. Like, he's not around at all. And then and that was really, I don't know, I maybe it was just because I did so much item farming and I was going in and out of loading zones so many times, it became really overwhelming at one point, like 3 hours into me trying to get this eagle's egg, to keep seeing these diary entries that were just like, I wish Sleepy was around to enjoy this cake with me, or I'd love to go out on one of Sleepy's adventures, but he tells me he's going to be away for a long time. Or it's just like, it over and over again, you just get this constant message that he's not around, and then the end of the game is him being erased from the world, and nothing changes for Yona. Yona, like, her existence is going to be almost exactly the same without him because he wasn't there. And knowing what that ending was going to be and seeing those loading screens over and over again that was the feeling that I got from this playthrough, and it was not a feeling that I ever picked up on the first time I played the game. His absence in her life, and it was a really important thing I think to the vibe of this game, and it was something that I never noticed. So that was the one big thing that I haven't spoken about on stream that I wanted to get out here. This is a game that is about, like, it's about a lot of things, but I think one of the things that it is about the absence of someone you love when you need them. Yona really needed him when she was sick, and he was out trying to save her, I guess, but failing, following leads that went nowhere except her eventual kidnapping, playing the hero, going on this adventure while she was dying, and then she got kidnapped. And then at the end of the game again, he gets erased, and nothing will change for Yona. Thanks for playing. Thank you for making the game. And then we get this nice new menu with the lunar tier, which is the flower behind Kaine's ear. And just to confirm that, whoops, not options, we want continue, and we will see no save files, presumably. Yeah, no data. So apart from that, the other thing that I did mention before is my new found appreciation for Kaine. I always loved Kaine in the first playthrough years and years ago when I first played this game on Xbox 360. Always loved that character, still love her, but my new appreciation of her as, like, the emotional core of the game. We are following Kaine's journey through the actions of our protagonist. She is the real main character to me. She's the one with all the strength. She's the one that has the most growth, most character growth, most emotional growth. She's the one with the most pain, you know. The protagonist has lost his sister, and that kind of drives him. But Kaine dealt with childhood abuse, no parents, watching her grandmother die, living on her own as what people dubbed a freak, fighting against shades all of the time, not just with a sword, but fighting against the shade that was infecting her, literally. She's Sam Gamgee, the real main character? Kind of, yeah. She is like the protagonist's ward. She's his sword, as she says at the end. She's gonna be his sword one last time. It is almost a Sam Gamgee parallel, almost. I would even say that Sam Gamgee and Frodo's relationship is more romantic than Kaine and the protagonists, and that's not a joke. That's for realsies. So yeah, those are my big takeaways from this playthrough. And I want to thank anybody who's here now, or who is here now let me start again. Anybody who's here now, or anybody that watched any of the other installments, this has been a really special thing for me to do, is to replay this game for an audience, especially potentially one who saw my Automata playthrough, or who knows what the series means to me. So yeah, thanks.